evening wherever you are. Boring Manchester. Manchester's cool. What? Soggy Suffolk. Oh, listen, people are coming up with some good adjectives today. This is great. Exotic South Oxfordshire. Unseasonably cold La Mesa, California. Snowy Northern Ontario. Hi from Germany. Hello, hello. Mancunian. Yeah, right on, Julie. All right, listen, I'm going to stop reading the comments. Cold old Tupton, Summy Suffolk, Summy Suffolk, terrific. Oh no, I've unleashed the kraken of imaginative adjectives. Stop it, stop it. Oh, sorry you're trying to recover from long COVID. It's a horror, isn't it? So many people struggling with it. I hope that it passes soon. Shady settle. Shady, that sounds great. Okay, listen, let's begin. I have beside me a glass of water because I am only just over a terrible chest infection. And today is my first day without coughing my guts up. So just in case, I have my lozenges. Anything else that I need to have? I have a cushion for under my arms. So that's going to be, I'm sitting, that's going to be under my elbows and my lower arms, just to take the weight off my shoulders and support the weight of my arms. And like I say, it's cold. So I have a little blanket over there to put over my lap if it gets cold. If you're sitting and you sometimes find that your feet get sore with the weight of your legs through it for half an hour, get a cushion or something soft to put under, a towel, a blanket, something nice and soft for under your feet as well. Yeah, kind of pamper yourself in the setup for this. If you're lying down, yeah, if you're lying on your side, maybe have a cushion between your knees or under your upper leg just to keep your spine nice and aligned. And if you're lying flat on your back, have some pillows under your knees just to take the pressure off your back. Have I switched off my phone? I haven't, but I have turned it to airplane mode, which is very organized of me. So if there's anything like that that you need to do, just remind people that you want a half an hour to yourself now. Just give that last little reminder to people. Do not disturb. And if you're kneeling, somebody asked about this before, or if you're sitting and you want to support your arms, I'm just going to demonstrate this again. I'm going to have to change my angle of my camera because I'm going to stand up. You can use your shawl. Excuse the full chest frontal there. You can wrap your shawl like that, high around your waist, and you can kind of tuck your arms in like that. And that's another way, if you don't have a cushion, if you're sitting, to take the weight off your shoulders, to wrap something. It could be a belt, a cord. The shawls are great because they're not too tight. And they're also great because if you get cold, you can wrap them around your shoulders. Okay, anything else I need to remind you of? Yeah, I think remember if at any point you start to get uncomfortable, because half an hour is long, isn't it? So if you start to find that sitting is hurting your spine, by all means, stand up and move a little bit or go and lie down. I'm looking over there because my bed is over there. So if that's what you need to do at some point, to move or to stretch or to roll your shoulders, do that. Take good care of yourself. Look after yourself while you're doing this. You don't have to sit rigidly. You don't have to be still. We're not Zen Buddhist monks. So, cut yourself some slack. No offense to Zen Buddhist monks. Okay. I think that's everything. Vidyamala, she is having a couple of days off. I think she's away somewhere with Sona. So I have stepped in so that she could have an uninterrupted break. I'm sure she's sorry to be missing this. Yes, you'll just have to make do with me, I'm afraid. Anyway, it's not that bad. Sure, it's not. Listen, if you're happy to, take off your glasses, put them somewhere to the side if you wear glasses. If there's any little adjustments you need to make, if you need to tuck your bottom right back into the chair, if you need to waggle your jaw or give yourself one last wriggle, by all means do that. And if you're happy to, close your eyes. I'm going to start by reading a little poem. I'm going to also sound this singing bowl once, and at the very end, I'll sound it 3 times. So that's when you'll know that it's all finished. And if you don't want to close your eyes, that's fine. You can just rest your gaze somewhere. If you're feeling very sleepy, you can rest your gaze up on the ceiling. And if you're feeling like your thoughts are all over the place, then you can rest your gaze somewhere down on the floor, or you can just in front of your knees. Allow yourself to just take a few nice slow breaths in and out. And while you're doing that, I'm going to read you this little poem from Mary Oliver. Meditation, so I've heard, is best accomplished if you entertain a certain strict posture. Frankly, I prefer just to lounge under a tree. So why should I think I could ever be successful? Some days I fall asleep or land in that even better place, half asleep, where the world, spring, summer, autumn, winter, flies through my mind in its hardy ascent and its uncompromising descent. So I just lie like that, while distance and time reveal their true attitudes. They never heard of me and never will or ever need to. Of course, I wake up finally thinking, how wonderful to be who I am, made out of earth and water. My own thoughts, my own fingerprints, all that glorious, temporary stuff. All that glorious, temporary stuff. Maybe just take a moment to notice the contact points where you can feel your body being supported by the chair or the mattress, the cushions or the floor. What does that feel like? Is it hard or soft, firm, cushioned? Maybe you can feel the margins of the seat or the edges, or the shapes of pillows or cushions, touching your elbows or the backs of your knees, under your heels. Maybe there are some little adjustments that you might want to make now to pull your feet towards you and bend your knees if you're lying down, just to let your back relax a little bit more. And just notice if there are any places where you normally hold tension that are still quite tight. Is your tongue pushed up against the roof of your mouth or pushed out to the sides, the insides of your teeth? Maybe you can stick out your tongue or just let your tongue rest on the floor of your mouth. Or if you prefer, you can just let the tip of your tongue touch the back of your upper front teeth and unlock your jaw. Maybe you need to waggle your lower jaw gently. Or give a big yawn. If you're sitting or kneeling, you can bring your shoulders up towards your ears as high as you can, and then just slowly let them go. And just notice the effect of that, the letting go of your shoulders, not having to carry them up, keeping them around your neck, protecting that vulnerable spine and throat, just letting the body be soft. Minimal effort, skillful effort. Noticing, are your hands clenched or tightly intertwined, holding on to each other or something else? You can give them a little shake if you like. If you're lying down, you can let them rest out by your sides, palms facing upwards, or gently across your belly or on your lap. No need to hold onto anything. You might notice, are you sucking in your gut, or are your jeans or your trousers too tight? You could open up the top button or your zip and just let your belly rise and fall unrestricted by your trousers or whatever that is. Maybe let your legs be a little further apart if that's comfortable. Let your feet flop out to the sides, perhaps. And if you find that the body reclenches very quickly, almost autopilot lifting of the shoulders or clenching of the hands, when you notice that, that's a little moment of mindfulness of your posture, of your body. With each breath out, let go a little bit more and a little bit more into gravity. Let the chair support you, or the mattress, or the sofa. Trust it to hold you there in gravity. Notice that breath flowing in and out of your body. Through your nose or through your mouth. And if you're recovering from COVID or a cough or a cold, maybe just appreciating that less difficult breath than it was a few weeks ago, whenever you were in the worst part of it. Really appreciating that flow of air in and out, gently moving this still body. And there might be some distractions. Maybe there are sounds in your vicinity. Sounds in the room or the building or outside. That's okay. Let's just spend a minute or two letting the sounds come to us. Really experience your soundscape. What's there? You can tilt your head to listen if you like, or you can just be perfectly still. And you might notice that your mind jumps into action. Ah, there's that, and that's this, that's over there. That's this particular type of bird. Yeah, just let go of those thoughts. That's just the mind doing what the mind does. That's okay. Maybe there are other things that you can notice. The soft rumble of something. The evening chorus. The sound of rain as a gentle, steady sound outside. here we are in the world. Some of those sounds might be other people going about their lives just like us. And you might notice you wish some sounds weren't there or were quieter. You might wish for things to be different. Yeah, we do a lot of that. I wonder, is that something we could also, just for a minute, let go of and just let be, whatever it is, wherever it's coming from, man-made or natural, loud or quiet. Maybe noticing if between the sounds there are silent gaps. Maybe you can hear internal sounds, sounds of your breathing flowing in and out. That might be very quiet. It might be quite noisy. You might notice the sound of swallowing, or the sounds of your tummy gurgling or rumbling, or maybe a pop or a creak somewhere in the body. And just notice if the sounds you're hearing now have changed, or gone. And then see if you can let go of sounds altogether. Just allow them to be there in the background, coming and going. Allow your attention to come to the very top of your head, the crown of your skull. Now there might be something touching that, a headboard or a scarf or a hair clip or hairband. You might feel the weight of your hair, or if there's no hair, the sensation of air against the skin of the scalp. You might notice a pulsing or a tingling or some movement. Or you might have a headache or some other pain or discomfort somewhere. And if that's true for you, maybe just turning towards that a little bit and softening around it. Maybe even placing your hand where that discomfort might be, on your forehead or your temples, on your crown or some other part of your body, and just allowing that discomfort to be there just like the sounds. If there's any tension or tightness or resistance to it, seeing if you can just let it be there. Being just part of this experience in this moment. If you need to do anything urgently, if you need to take a tablet or change your posture, by all means do that. But if not, then still gently accepting it's there, allowing your attention to come back to the top of your head. Feeling that shape as it curves down at the back, towards the back of the head, down at the sides to the ears, at the front towards the forehead, the temples, the front of the face. Maybe noticing if there's anything that you're leaning back against that's supporting your head. If you're sitting or kneeling, just noticing the head poised on the neck, allowing it to be in that aligned, natural curve, poised, balanced. And if the shoulders have crept up again, maybe letting go of that. Noticing if there's any expression on the face, a frown, or a furrow on the brow, a clenching of the jaws, and allowing yourself to soften any of those muscles, to smooth out, or even to lift your lips in a little smile. Maybe you can hear sounds in your ears or feel the touch of air around your ears, your earlobes, your inner ears, hair touching your ears or your forehead. Just noticing those subtle sensations. And if the mind should wander, when you notice that, you can gently bring it back to whatever anchor you like, my voice, the sounds around you, the sensation of the support under your body. Noticing every time that happens, you've had a little moment of mindfulness. Maybe you can feel the touch of air on the exposed skin of your face or your jaw, at your neck. If there's any part of you that's cold, if your hands or your feet are cold, maybe put them under the blanket or the shawl if that's uncomfortable. And then just bringing your attention back to your neck. Can you feel the circumference of your neck, the bones in the back? Maybe the hair touching the nape of your neck or the collar of whatever you're wearing. If you swallow, maybe you can feel a ripple of movement down through the neck. And as you breathe in and out, maybe you can feel your collarbones rising and falling on the in and the out breath. or the shoulder blades, lifting and spreading wide and then dropping back. The ribs of the rib cage moving with each breath as we breathe in and out. The lungs filling and emptying. And just notice that, where you can feel your breath. You might feel it in your chest or along your spine, in your back. You might feel it under your armpits or all the way down along your sides to your waist, across your midsection, through the diaphragm, as it rises and falls. Maybe you can feel your arms being moved by your breath, or your hands. Noticing if your hands are pulsing or tingling. That echo of the breath as that air we're breathing in is carried down into the fingertips, pushed back up into the torso. As your belly swells and subsides, if your hands are on your belly, can you feel them gently being raised and lowered by the breath? Can you feel that movement of the belly at the front of your torso, or inside your torso, or through your back, down into your pelvic basin? Noticing if the muscles through your back and your buttocks flowing down into your thighs, through the groins, all the way down along the femurs into the knees. If you can feel your legs and that echo of the breath there, or down through the calves, past your ankles into your feet. Noticing if the feet are warm or cold or neutral or numb. And broadening out our awareness to include all of this body, this being here, now. And maybe you feel calm, or maybe you feel agitated. Maybe you're comfortable. Maybe there's pain. Just noticing if there's some sense of coming and going, arising and passing away, these sensations, these thoughts, these feelings. And coming back to the breath, this moment, this breath now. Before we bring this practice to a close, I want to read a blessing from John O'Donoghue called "For Peace." As the fever of the day calms towards twilight, may all that is strained in us come to ease. We pray for all who suffered violence today. May an unexpected serenity surprise them. For those who risk their lives each day for peace, may their hearts glimpse providence at the heart of history. That those who make riches from violence and war might hear in their dreams the cries of the lost. That we might see through our fear of each other a new vision to heal our fatal attraction to aggression. That those who enjoy the privilege of peace might not forget their tormented brothers and sisters. That the wolf might lie down with the lamb. That our swords be beaten into plowshares, and no hurt or harm be done anywhere along the holy mountain. Just gently beginning to move the fingers and the toes, maybe rotating the hands and the feet at the wrists and the ankles, gently rolling the shoulders perhaps, and having a stretch. If you're lying down, maybe pulling your feet towards you until your knees are bent and rocking them gently, kindly from side to side. And opening your eyes. Thanks very much, everybody. I'm really glad you're able to join us this evening. And I noticed that Mark has just reminded me about this Going Deeper course that is starting soon with Breathworks. So if you're a meditator or a teacher, or you'd like to meditate more with more structure and more guidance with the help of a mentor, then it might be something that really helps to develop your practice. So consider that. And if you want to know more about it, maybe going to the Community of Practice page and you'll get more information there. Thanks very much, everybody. That's very kind of you. I'm glad. You're very welcome. Yeah, and hopefully next Tuesday you'll have Vidyamala back. Go well. Take good care of yourselves, and yeah, bring whatever you found in that space into the rest of your evening. That self-care, that self-compassion, that gentleness. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Kevin. See you all soon.
Thank you. That was lovely.